The second decision involved in step 1 involves how we define the scope of the problem or question. The word scope includes all of what you intend to include in your investigation and what you plan to exclude. For example, we could examine the causes of a phenomenon, the factors that contribute to its existence. We could also examine the effects, outcomes, consequences of the phenomenon. We could focus on preventing the phenomenon or certain aspects of it, or we could evaluate an existing treatment, technique, tool, or training program in its attempt to address the phenomenon. By narrowing the scope of our research, we can stay focused in subsequent steps, especially during the literature search. When we make this decision, we want to avoid the two extremes. We don't want to define the scope too broadly. The research process will likely be unmanageable. We also want to avoid defining the scope too narrowly, to the point where interdisciplinary studies are not necessary to understand the problem or to answer the question. In college, your professors will help you identify topics that are not too broad and not too narrow. With experience, interdisciplinarians learn what constitutes a manageable research project. One of the other things that we should keep in mind about this decision is that we may need to revisit it as we proceed with the IRP. If, after conducting the literature search, we could not identify enough information in multiple disciplines, or we found too much information to tackle in one project, we may need to modify the original scope of the project in some way. If it's too broad, we narrow it. If it's too narrow, we broaden it.